Hello, everybody. It is me, Demetra K, and I'm sitting here with Donovan Heart, Don't Pump No Kool-Aid Sadiq. And this is the second edition of Don't Believe the Hype, where we ask you to go beneath the surface of everything that you've heard, especially on the internet and these memes and all that. We want you to verify it for yourself to see if it's true, because if we don't, we could be easily misled into believing some nonsense. You know, you can ask the survivors or the people who didn't survive, well, you can't ask them because they dead, of Jim Jones and Guyana, okay? If you don't know what it is, look it up. All right. So, what I'm going to talk about today is Mr. Billy Porter.
Yeah.
You know who that is?
I sure did.
All right, so...
I wish I didn't, but I did.
Well, did you know who Billy Porter was before?
No.
Okay,
had no clue.
Hey, boo-boo. Mission accomplished. I mean, that's probably what he is saying, because, you know, now that you know who he is. But anyway, so who is Billy Porter? Billy Porter is a singer/actor. He's openly gay. Now, he is on the series that's now, I think it's... don't get me the line, which network is on, but it's called Pose, where it is sort of an adaptation of the ballroom scene in New York. The ballroom scene is where voguing and all that kind of stuff came from, where gay men, or I will go and dance and showcase just different fashions and all kind of stuff like that. And so that's what this series is about, all right? He's also known for being in a Broadway play called Kinky Boots. I don't even know what Kinky Boots is about, but I've seen it. It actually was playing at the theater up the street from my house.
Was it?
Not too long ago. Yeah, so Kinky Boots, okay? You do what you need to do with that. Anyway, so why is Billy Porter the news? Well, he showed up to the Oscars on the red carpet donning, I sound like a fashion critic or something.
Yes, you did.
Donning a tuxedo ball gown. Now, for those of you guys on YouTube, you will see it because I'm sure Donovan will put it up because it's a sight to see, rather. So, for those on the podcast...
Not really.
Yeah, on the podcast, it's a just like huge, extravagant ball gown on the bottom. It's huge. And on top, it's a tuxedo. And so, it caught everybody's eye, blew me away, you know. And so... he says this about the dress, okay, and himself. Now I'm in a space where being on Pose, I'm invited to red carpets and I have something to say through clothes. My goal is to be a walking piece of political art every time I show up. To challenge expectations, what is masculinity? What does it mean? Women show up every day in pants, but the minute a man wears a dress, the C's part. It happened to me at the Golden Globes when I wore a pink cape. And I was like, really? Y'all tripping? I stopped traffic. The Globes outfit changed everything for me. I had the courage to push the status quo. I believe men on the red carpet would love to play more. This industry masquerades itself as inclusive, but actors are afraid to play because if they show up as something outside of the status quo, they might be received as feminine, and as a result, they won't get that masculine job, that superhero job. And that's the truth. I've been confronted with that. Hold on.
Totally out of his mind. Totally delusional. Totally delusional. Nobody wants to run around in some damn boots and a thong up your ass. And a ball gown.
And well, I don't know if he had the thong on, but he did say he had on some 6-inch heel boots up under the dress too. And I read some other stuff where he said he felt very empowered and he wanted something to showcase his masculine and feminine side. And so the tuxedo dress did just that for him.
You can't be both. Either you're one or the other.
Well, Billy would beg to differ. And he also said, people are going to be really uncomfortable with my black ass in a ball gown. But it's not anybody's business but mine.
And that's fine. But you ain't got to throw it up in everybody's goddamn face. So if I go beat your black ass, it's nobody else's business but mine.
Ooh, you gay bashing?
No, but I'm just... but you see what I'm saying?
Right.
You know... Be who you are. Express yourself. That's fine. But stop throwing in my face.
Okay, but the issue I take with the last statement, I'll repeat that for the ones in the back who didn't hear. He says, people are going to be really uncomfortable with my black ass in a ball gown. I just have to put the emphasis on the black ass because I'm pretty sure that's how he said it, in a ball gown. But it's not anybody's business but mine. Okay.
You just made it everybody's business.
Right. dude,
You just made it everybody's business.
you showed up to the Oscars, probably one of the most watched behind the Super Bowl, second to the Super Bowl, rather. To the red carpet with a ball gown on, not just no
Looking like a fruitcake.
Okay, you said it. I didn't.
I'm just saying.
That far, okay. I mean, it's glorious, this ball gown, and so now it's nobody's business.
Wait, and then you're nobody.
Well, no, that's not true. Actually,
he's a nobody.
He's a great singer.
Never heard of his music. He doesn't. He's
got the pipes.
Okay, he's probably a good singer, but like most black people can sing.
Right.
I haven't heard of him making millions. I haven't heard certain stuff in his charts.
I think he's really come about. I mean, because he had a career in the 90s and 80s, or 90s and 2000s.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, by being a nobody is, nobody would have known who you are walking up.
Well, a lot of people didn't.
Exactly.
To your point,
You're
you didn't know who he was.
You're a nobody.
I don't want to call Billy a nobody because he is huge now. He is huge, like you said, due to polls and all of that. He's big. So anyway... Listen, I'm just telling you what
I'm just telling you. I mean, okay, I haven't seen him in any movie. He doesn't headline any movies. He's not a former Oscar winner. He's not this. He's not that. All I'm saying is this. He is no greater than I am right now being an actor.
Well, why don't you put on the ball gown?
No, hell no.
Know who you are.
Hell no.
Where everybody knows your name.
No, I'm not going to do that.
I mean, okay. Well, so I'm not going to argue with that on that because I admittedly don't know a lot about Billy Porter.
Exactly.
Other than... he had the song that I like from First Wives Club, the title song. Al always talks about him being a great singer. So that's really all I know about him.
He probably is a great singer, but he's not a million seller.
Probably not. Okay. And so, now, I don't even really know where to go with this because how about I just start with this, okay? Because I wrote a bunch of talking points. Let me see if I want to start, if I actually put this on here. Okay. My talking points number 5. That says, why do black women co-sign effeminate behavior of black men?
I want to know.
Now, I'm probably going to get in some trouble because I've seen
I can't find no good black man.
A lot of black women co-sign. As a matter of fact, let me go to, because I took a lot of notes, because I was just blown away
Jada
by
Pinkett
this.
Smith, one of the first ones.
Yeah, she's one of them who said he looked fabulous and he should win for best dress for man and female. Like, Lord have mercy. How you supposed to be this woke sister? But yet you co-signing that kind of stuff. I mean, God, but we're going to get into it. Okay, so now, these are comments from black women, y'all. And just so you know, black, right? I'm not making this up.
All black.
Okay? He dares to be different. He is comfortable in his own skin, knowing that everyone will comment to each his own. And then another lady says, promoting the designer, what better way than on a male figure? Beautiful. Women are in trousers all the time, but never look this stunning. And let's see, another woman says beautiful. Another woman says, wearing a dress doesn't make you feminine, just like wearing pants doesn't make you make a woman masculine. And then
totally delusional.
Another girl says he dares to be different. He is okay. So I said all that already. And I said, I'm going to just read my comment. I said, I bet not other race of men wore a dress last night.
Exactly. And even the gay men didn't wear dresses.
Right. And so my thing is this. Let me get back to my talking points, okay?
Oh, my God.
Why are we, not me, but I'm saying we, why do we co-sign that? Because to your earlier point, we'll be the first ones talking about ain't no men out there. Where are all the good men that... They in your dresses. And a man who's wearing a dress more than likely don't want what's under your dress. So that's what some of them are. And we keep saying, "Ooh, girl, look at him. Oh, I just love him. Oh, he's so fabulous." Like I always talk about this, and I don't give a damn if people get mad, but I'm gonna speak my truth.
Speak your truth.
I don't understand the whole phenomenon with black dudes running around imitating black women, and you ain't even imitating like decent acting black women. Y'all imitating
the ratchets,
the woo woo woo, and this and that, and this, and
super bitch.
Y'all doing the super bitch is a character. Lee Daniels is making a movie out of this dude. The dude is running around in the pink boots and stuff.
What I don't like, and I'm just going to say this because I have to say it beyond record. Why cannot the black women see the effeminatization of black men? Why can't they see that? That's what's going on here.
I don't know if it's something they can't see. I just think it's something they don't understand.
Because back to your point, I didn't see one gay white man in a dress.
Well, it's so many levels to it. And I impress upon people to Google and research Dr. Frances Cress Welsing's work. She did the ISIS papers, and she did a whole host of stuff talking about the feminization of black men and homosexuality. It's a whole host of stuff. But in particular to this subject here, it's all by design. Because if I can get you as a black man to stop procreating, especially stop procreating with white women, then that helps whiteness survive that much longer, because we know it said by the year 2040 the planet is going to be mostly going to be brown. And so I know if I'm a white supremacy, if I can continue having you in a dress, continue having you the moms with the have the men out the home, and these women with the ideology that it's okay. Oh, there's nothing wrong with him wearing a dress. Ooh, I think it's cute. Then that means I raise my son to be gay, and my son probably won't do what? Procreate. And so take leadership. That keeps ensuring white survival. So that's what that's about. But so that's what I'm saying. I think they co-sign it because they don't really understand what that means for them. So that's just one of them. And so, again, why do we co-sign that kind of stuff? Because we don't think we understand the long-term effect of that. And I'm one of those people from the old school. I am unapologetic about me being old school and traditional. I don't want to see no man with no nail polish, no dress, no eyelashes, none of that. Be mad at me all you want to. Because I know these new age mamas especially, there's nothing wrong with a boy wearing nail polish. It's just colors. It's just colors to you. But then the minute he, is in your shoes and your dresses and all that other stuff, and then he don't want to bring no woman home, he bring a man home, he going to be like, oh, I ain't going to never have no grandkids. No, you're not. Because you're not saying that nail polish makes a person gay, but why not just say, hey, that's for ladies.
Identify the child of what he is.
There's some parents who want it now, these new age fools. I ain't going to call them parents, but fools. I'm not going to tell them if it's a he. Tell the child if it's a boy or girl. I want them to identify themselves when they can make that choice.
Now, how as a parent can you even come to even think like that? When you were fucking whoever you were fucking, I'm very sure you had your role. And he or she has their role.
I'm not going to decide.
Yeah, I don't get that thinking at all.
I have this argument with, especially some of my younger family members with kids, and I'm like, y'all not going to ever change my mind. Y'all can talk about the social construct and gender is just that and the other. You can talk all you want to. I know how I was raised, and I know that if I was to have a son, which I can't, because the factory's dried up. But if I did, I'm damn sure not going to say, well, I'm going to let him decide. No, you is a boy.
Right.
Okay?
You got to ID him early.
And I'm not changing my mind on that. All right? So the other thing that I have, so we kind of alluded to this too. One of my talking points is it's an attack on black men regarding how they see themselves and how others see them. So if you are in the, let's say Billy Porter, you're in the spotlight and you have this dress on, other black men looking at you, let's say little black boys especially, which is why you got to be careful. I sit my black son in front of the TV, it's Oscar night, and I see Billy Porter sachet or
punk ass.
Okay, your words, not mine. A sachet across the
bitch
screen
ass
with a big dress on, and my son is impressionable. His mind is molding. Maybe I am a single mom whose dad is not there, and I'm amening and stuff, and then he gets this image of black men. That's
confusing.
Right, that's confusing. And so that says to him, well, it's okay. Now, is it a crime? No, it's not. I'm not saying it's not okay as it's a crime. But if you're interested in raising boys to be men, surely they cannot think that it's okay for a man to walk his ass around in a dress and how other people see you. So Billy Porter here is on the red carpet. The whole world is seeing Billy Porter. It's a black man who is supposed to be a symbol of power. He's in a black dress. People from all over the world are seeing this man.
Laughing.
Right. And so they don't just attach Billy Porter to that. They attach black men to that.
Exactly.
If I was another race, and I'm not even, but I think what has happened to black men to where, like, you even think about old Hollywood. Can you think of one time you saw Clark Gable?
No, Rock Hudson.
Or Rock Hudson.
Rock
He
Hudson.
was gay.
He was gay.
Could you imagine if he would have walked his ass out on the red carpet in a dress? Do you know he would have been shunned?
Right, exactly.
Not saying you should, you know, listen, I have an ideology about homosexuality, but I'm talking about imagery here. If Rock Hudson would have came out on the red carpet with a dress, his career would have been over.
Locked down.
Which is why, you know, whether you want to say it's right or wrong, I'm not debating that. He stayed in the closet.
Exactly.
But it harmed his career at the end because it turned out he died of AIDS, but yet he's, you know, intimate, which we know you can't get AIDS from kissing, but people didn't know that then.
Right. And back in our day, Rock Hudson was like a part of Hollywood. He was ladies' material.
Yeah.
Now, they don't even talk about it.
Yeah. So, but we see our men, you know, and let's throw Medea ass up in there too, Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry has made it fashionable. I'm not going to blame with just Tyler Perry, but we know Flip Wilson did it. Mm-hmm. He ran around in a dress, and then
Martin Lawrence
and Martin Lawrence. But Tyler Perry took it to the $1 billion industry. This dude is a billionaire off of Medea, a man
stereotyping,
stereotyping
black
ratchet
women.
grandma. Mm-hmm. That's what I said. These men are mimicking black women, but it's never like a Claire Huxtable or nobody. It's the worst acting black woman that you can drudge up, you know? And
real quick, ask me as a real man, real black man, how I felt looking at that.
Well, I'm going to tell you how you felt, because when I saw the picture when we got done with my show on Sunday, and I just went like that to you, and you went, and just you're speechless.
No, well, the thing is, I was enraged. I'm going to tell you, I get enraged when I see that because, okay, I know I have friends that are gay.
Right,
okay?
as do I.
And some that are gay. I'm not going to apologize and say that I accept that lifestyle. It's not a lifestyle I accept for me or my family members. Okay, that's just me. And I don't have to apologize for that. If you want to live your life like that, that's fine. But one thing about a lot of my gay friends, they're gay and they're unapologetic.
Right.
And I can respect that. But when I see this guy doing what he's doing, and so openly, because a lot of my friends that are gay, you wouldn't even know they were gay.
Right.
You wouldn't know.
And that's my thing, too. You made a good point. Like, okay, there's a lot of people who are gay, but they're not, you know, to me, it's putting on. And when I saw it, I was like, he's just trying to get people's attention. Low-key probably trying to piss off black men because, you know, y'all
and
going
that's
to
what
say
he did.
something.
And that's exactly what he did.
Mission accomplished is what he did. You know, and like you said, y'all going to have to be uncomfortable with my black ass in a ball gown. His words, not mine. And so, yeah, so it's just how the world sees them, how they see themselves, you know? And so if you, as a black man, not you, but in general, as a black man, keep seeing that, it reinforces to you, well, that's not that bad. It's okay. Because we already got black women on board with the nonsense. Oh, well, it's just a dress. That don't make it. I'm not saying clothes make you gay, but would you want your son to be influenced by Billy Porter in a big-ass ball gown and then, you know, telling you you're going to get you? That's the same shit Lee Daniels said. Black community is homophobic, and I'm going to...
make them.
Yeah, I'm going to force it on you so you're not homophobic.
Right. Let's reverse that. I get upset when I see beautiful girls that turn, what is the term, butch?
Butch,
And it's like, what's the point of that? You hate men, or whatever your situation is, you want to look like one.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of psychological things involved with that I really can't speak to because I'm not a psychologist, but maybe maybe it's a way for them to identify with men.
Okay, and that's,
I don't know.
Yeah,
you know?
Okay, and that's fine. But what I'm saying is, can't you be gay without having to...
He can be, but... You know, I mean, listen, I don't profess to know a lot about the homosexuality.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about either. But what I'm saying is, though, okay, if I knew somebody that was gay like that, and they're flaming, and let's say later on down the road, a couple weeks down the road, they get beat up, it's very hard for me to be sympathetic when you're throwing that stuff in people's face.
See, I understand the argument that you're arguing for because you're arguing from a man's point of view. So I'm not going to say you're wrong because... Most men, I'm arguing from, I don't think people should get beat up.
No, they shouldn't.
I know people, I had a friend whose nephew was gay, and they was like, fine, don't bring your man to these cookouts and stuff. Right. He brought his man to the cookout, and they beat
his
him
ass
down.
Right, and see,
because it's like you're not gonna force this on us.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not advocating any person to be beat up. Express yourself, do what you want to do. But what I'm saying is, in this country, where we're at right now, there are still people out there that don't give a damn. And
absolutely. And I'm gonna say this too. I think you should do you.
Right.
But I'm saying for the people who are listening, seeing Billy Porter in a ball gown, it speaks more to it than just fashion. Mm-hmm. Because most people are thinking, oh, it's just a dress, it's just fashion. No, go
there's
under
a
the
message.
I shouldn't tell you to go under the dress. You might not want to go under the dress.
Right. But there's a message there.
Yes, a message that is not, of course these white people, big time executives is cool with Billy Porter getting up there, flaunting his dress, because they want to say to the world, black man ain't shit.
We ain't shit.
Well, when I saw it, I'm like, where are black man's balls? Like, this is like, this is starting to become normal. And I'm scared, like, honestly.
Well, I'm really scared for women, because if this is becoming the norm, you guys ain't got much, let's say like your daughter.
Yeah, I tell my daughter all the time. I say, y'all, I don't speak negativity on you. I hope you find you a good man, but woo,
the pickings are getting slimmer and slimmer.
Gosh. All right, and so, as I said, I talked about it as psychological. Look up Frances Cress Welsing. What she talks about it in detail, there's more to it. It's the annihilation of the black gene. And what better way to do that than to feminize the black man? Because also, white men have always been in fear of you guys getting with white women. Right. Which is why a lot of laws were made, as why cocaine is not legal, because they felt like
it enhanced our
your sexual libido for white women, not your own woman, but for white women. So there's a lot going on with that. So it's psychological, and it's about survival too. I get you to keep wearing this dress, then you ain't gonna want no woman. You gonna want a dude.
Like I said, I just don't understand why you. Anyway, it just doesn't make sense to why you could be gay. Like I said, I didn't see any white man, Indian, Asian, gay man that was out there that was in a dress. That was in a dress. I just didn't see it.
He just, and no shade to his man, but he up there with a white man, and a white man made the dress for him, which there's levels to this. It's just, to me, it's crazy. But I digress.
There's a message. There's a message there.
And so, as I said earlier, it's everywhere. We need to be aware of what we allow our children to be exposed to. As I said, I tell my daughter all the time, who was 26, if you were a small child now, you wouldn't have no apps on your phone. You would not have no internet, none of that kind of stuff.
Why would she even have a phone?
Right. Well, depending on how old she was. Right. Yeah. I mean, you ain't gonna be
school, right?
You ain't gonna be nowhere where you even need to call me. I mean, like that, especially at 5, 6, 7. How these kids got phones and shit 3 years old.
Ridiculous.
But I tell all the time, you wouldn't be exposed to a lot of stuff going on here. Not saying you can shield them from anything, but I'm horrified at the thought that if I had a little boy and he's watching this and he sees this grown black man walking across the street in this dress, what kind of image is that burning in his mind?
Well, it's already bad that he's the man of this little boy is the man of the house, and he doesn't have to work because mommy's doing everything for him. So instead of learning how to fix a car and help mom around the house, and pick up a hammer and do little maintenance things that from his uncle or somebody, he has been effeminate in the house as well as what he's seeing on TV.
Good point. And again, I'm not saying that a single mom is solely responsible for making our little boy offended. But like you said, I mean, if I rob him of learning what it is to be a man, is it to be? Yeah, does it mean you're a man because you can pick up a hammer and do shit?
Yes,
Absolutely.
It does. Yes,
because I know somebody, I can hear it in my head, but that don't make you a man. It can you hammer and stuff. To me, it does. You know what I'm saying? Something. You take out the garbage, something. But I don't think it makes you a man sitting on your ass all day long, waiting for mama or your girlfriend to do something for you.
Okay, let's talk biblically.
Okay.
If this doesn't make you a man, let's talk biblically for all you Christians out there.
Which I am not.
Right, but these Christians, and it even goes to the Muslim or whatever the faith. The original sin that God assigned to Adam was what?
To be what?
To work the land.
Right, to work the land.
He has to work the land. So if a little boy has to pick up a hammer to do little maintenance here and that's working.
Right.
That makes him a man.
Right. But the roles have gotten so jacked up, why a man got to do that? Why all that just is like nails to a chalkboard to me. So
can I ask you something?
Sure.
As a woman,
Sure.
if you had a choice between working and staying your ass home and raising your kids and just going on vacations and looking pretty and just cooking this man's dinner, what choice would you make?
Well, I'm not gonna be doing none of that because who the fuck he think I am? I don't want to be staying home. Shit, he can watch his own shit, and of course, I would pick the latter. That would be my job to stay home. Listen. It is said, and the minister, Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan says it all the time, a woman is supposed to be a man's heaven.
Heaven, right.
And create heaven on earth for him. That's biblical, too. Somewhere in there, I guess. You're supposed to create heaven on earth. And how do you do that if you run in the streets or if you're working? Now, the other part of that is the man has to be a provider.
Exactly.
Right? So they got to be lockstep. It can't be, well, I'm staying at home and Ray kind of halfway sort of kind of going to work.
Right, but
we struggling.
But let's just go back to my original question. If you had a choice between being taken care of and going out there and getting a job, what would you take?
I'm staying home. I'm making sure my man got something to eat. I'm going to tell you this short story.
Good.
My sister, we was all in Mexico one time.
That woman's so funny.
We was all in Mexico. And my sister was giving my nephew some life lessons. And somebody was acting stupid. Somebody's mate was acting stupid. And my sister says to my nephews, who's probably like 10, 11, 12, 13 at the time, get you a woman who can bring you some Tecate and some Tecuche.
Yes. Exactly.
Don't be with somebody who I got to do that.
Or it's going to be a competition.
Yeah, get you a woman who is going to be there for you, because obviously you there for her. But get you somebody who, when you come home, the house ain't a wreck, the kids ain't walking around looking crazy, she ain't looking crazy.
You sitting in the driveway dreading to go inside.
She ain't thawed no meat out. If you you're vegan, she ain't no aroma coming from the kitchen. Like, get you a woman who you like. One thing I will agree with, Steve Harvey said this, even though I know he's not popular right now, but he says the difference between a man who loves you, really wants to be with you, and a man who doesn't is when he pulls up into that driveway, as how long he sits in that car.
Right.
If he's sitting in that car like, okay, let me just get myself together. Let me collect myself. And as Shahzad Ali said, because a lot of times when men come home, they don't know who. They know who, but they don't know exactly who is on the other side of that door.
Exactly. Because I remember, coming home, because my job is so stressful, I would have to gather myself just for a couple minutes. Then I would
now, was you gathering yourself because once you got on the other side of the door, was gonna be what you doing?
Well, just like I don't know who's on the other side of the door.
See, that's bad.
Yeah, I didn't know who.
But he says, if the man is like whipping the corner, he can't wait to get home because he misses you. Yeah, then you're doing a good job, and I totally agree with that. So, gosh, but back to the point, we're gonna have less and less of that if we have these men thinking it's cool. Listen, who you screw is your business. I really don't give a damn. But I do care when we have our young boys, especially, seeing our men run around in dresses. Yeah. And then he's so, proud and cavalier about it. Like, it's just like, we got to be on guard. I hate to put it like that, but we have to be on guard. As some of you guys who do follow the Bible, and I know the Bible pretty well, it says you got to guard your mind. So when you guard your mind and you guard the things that go into your body and in your mind and stuff, that means, okay, I see this Billy Porter running around. I don't want my son, to be subjected to, and even my daughter, because I don't want my daughter to one day have a child and think, well, it's okay to let my son wear a dress. That's what they doing now.
Yeah, the funny thing is, as you know, I coach youth basketball, and a lot of the moms, not a lot of them, but they're I don't know their situation. Some of them are with their dads and stuff like. They're not married probably, but but they're together, whatever. Right. But there's a few that the fathers aren't there.
Correct.
And every last one of them, because their kids are, I coach 8, 9-year-olds, my younger team, and they're at that age where the coddling by the mom, or what's the word I'm looking for, the nurturing by the mom needs to come to a stop now. So they want their boys to be more manly. And I cannot tell you how many times these mothers will come up to me and say, oh, yell at him. Yeah, he needs that. He needs, to.
But that doesn't make him a man.
No, it doesn't make him a man. But what I'm saying is they recognize the fact that they can't.
It's time for a man to step in to mentor them.
And mentor. And
which, to that degree, or to that point, rather, a man should already be there. Now, if it ain't the daddy, there is no excuse. There's always a good man around, whether it's a grandpa, uncle,
but
somebody.
I wasn't saying that there wasn't a good man. What I'm saying is,
I know what you're saying.
That they've recognized the fact that, hey, at this point now, I need this boy to be less sensitive, and more, boom, boom. Here's what you got to do. Do this, do that. Talk to him a certain way. Where they got it. And so we're not coming down on all these women that we're big ups to the women that recognize.
But then the other point that I have too is, so this is where you probably gonna come to blows.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Now we talk about women effeminizing the boy.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. I don't know if that's possible. I think they can help with certain things. We've talked about some of that. But men, where are you at? To where your son is being, if you are man, and you are truly in your son's life, how was he able to become effeminized?
Because the father wasn't.
Yeah. I mean, I'm quite sure, you ain't been around as much as you need to be, and mama's doing what she's doing, and I'm sure you picked the kid up a couple times, and you seen little Junior probably doing some things that's probably questionable, and instead of you snatching him up and saying, okay, let me mentor my boy a little bit more, then I know a lot of that too is, you can't take him, that's my baby, you can't take my son. I know all that goes into effect too, but if you're around your son, and you're showing him an example of what it is to be a man, questionable. Some people say, ask, what does that mean? You do your own research or whatever. If you're around, then you can mentor him in being the man you want him to be. I'll give you a perfect example. Not to throw my brother out there. My oldest brother, Walter does his thing.
Does his thing.
Okay? When he was 10th grade, maybe, he had a scooter. Remember back in the day, scooters was popping. Everybody had a scooter.
Had a scooter. Mm-hmm.
He wanted to be different and paint the thing pink and purple. Now, this dude is furthest thing from being homosexual. This dude's got 6 kids. Okay, not that means much, but
yeah.
Okay,
he wanted those fiery colors.
As he would always say, no man should be tickling another man's nuts. Those are his words, not mine.
Right. He wanted the good and plenty look on a scooter.
Yeah, he wasn't. Just back in the 80s. You know, those colors was kind of out. My dad got a gander of that scooter. Do you know before he left, that scooter was painted black?
Wow.
He said, "Oh no, why is your scooter? Why is it pink and no? You need to paint it black." Well, another time, one of my nephews thought he was going to be with the mod scene. He's going to be. He has some black nail polish on. They fixed the lawnmower. Yeah, Gothic. He fixed the lawnmower with my dad, and my dad sees the nail polish, and he says, "What is you, a homosexual? Go on in the house and take that nail polish." And he took it off and they ain't worn none since. Now, some people say, well, ain't nothing wrong with that.
There's plenty wrong with that.
If you would have said that to my dad, you might have got a left and a right.
Right.
He going in the house and taking his shit off.
Right.
But he stopped it in his tracks. Same thing with my brother. He had a Jerry curl. It was moist and juicy. But, my dad being for the moist and juicy. Yeah, Nation of Islam old school. He was like, yeah, we going to the barber.
Cut it off.
I'm not saying Jerry curls made you gay, but
it didn't.
I know you had one.
I had a Jerry curl. It didn't make you gay.
I'm just speaking to the point of what my dad deemed to be manhood and what his son was going to be as a man.
Because here's the difference. You could wear a Jerry curl and still be manly.
Yeah, I'm not arguing about the Jerry curl.
Now, I don't know how you could be, unless you're Scottish and you're wearing a kilt, which is not a dress.
And I've heard people make that argument, well, men wear kilts. That ain't a fucking kilt.
That ain't a dress, right. Right. I don't know how you could be manly and wear a dress and say, I'm still manly. I just can't see.
Yeah, so my thing is stop trying to force that on us. There's nothing wrong with
and then have the nerve to say it's nobody's business when you put it out in the public.
I mean, honestly, how many Mexican men have you seen run their ass off in public in dresses? I'm not saying they don't do it. I'm saying to my recollection, and admittedly, I don't have TV, so maybe there's some Mexican men on red carpet somewhere with dresses.
I haven't.
I mean, I'm just saying, why does it always got to be us doing
the most?
Yeah, the most. And that's the word you said. That was the first word you said. When
I
saw
did. That's right. I remember.
Why do we always got to be doing the most?
Always. And what kills me about this guy, he is no, and when I say nobody, I don't mean it disrespectfully. I'm saying he is not on a level of a Jamie Foxx or, you know what I mean? He's been in Hollywood years
not
where
yet.
he's known.
Just wait for it.
And you know what? He never will be doing the crap that he's doing.
Well, he might be now because they love that. Listen, there's nothing more. If we're talking about white supremacy, which I believe a lot of it runs rampant in Hollywood, what better to do than to promote a black man, wearing a dress, so that he can be the example, because as I read to you, and this was just a few comments that I was able to screenshot of black women thinking that's great.
Okay, but what I'm saying is he will never head a show. He will never head a movie.
He heads one now.
Is he the star?
Yes. And it's a very popular show called Pose. He does.
Wait, is it a show like
a series. On, I don't know if it's FX or I think it's FX.
Okay, but is it like a game show or something?
No, it's like a drama.
It's a docu-series, okay.
And not a docu-series, it's a drama. I believe it's a drama.
So, but after that's over, his career's over.
I mean, I don't know. He's been around for a long time. I don't know.
I just don't see longevity in what he's doing.
But the point that I'm making is, let's bet on it. Okay, let's bet. I bet that you'll start seeing more and more of Billy Porter because that's what they want to promote.
I doubt it.
They want your sons, my nephews, and everybody else to think it's okay for a black man to get in touch with his feminine side. Because that's what he said, and get in touch with both of my sides.
You have enough time to get in touch with your feminine side when you're on your mom's teat. That's enough time right there. After that, it's over.
It's over. No more reaching into your femininity bag.
That's it. You're done at that point. Once she kicks you off the teat, that's it. You're done.
See, you coming from a man's point of view. Yeah,
I'm trying to be fair.
These men nowadays. Right. It's like, because honestly, I haven't seen any men. I haven't seen it. Anywhere in my realm, amen it or agree with it.
No, if anything, we're doing this.
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of black women, especially, and I know other women doing it too, but I'm talking about us. Ain't nothing wrong with this. It's beautiful.
It's ridiculous.
It's beautiful.
It's just totally ridiculous. A stubble rubber. That's like looking at a woman that has a beard. There's nothing attractive about that to me.
Well, okay, but see, a woman, if she's growing a beard, it's probably something she can't help.
No, I understand it, but what I'm saying is,
shave it off.
No, but I'm just saying, when they have a full-grown beard, for me being a real man, it's kind of hard to explain what we're saying. There's nothing attractive about that man and what he looks like.
You don't need to explain that. It's hard for you to explain because you don't get it, and rightfully so.
Right, okay.
And that's the thing, I think, where we are in society, where you just don't understand. I don't need to understand every goddamn thing come my way, because that's not something I'm into. Why do I need to understand why a man is running across the stage?
Like a Fruit Loop.
You know what?
Like a Fruit Loop. And I know there's going to be listeners out there that are going to say, well, what if your son did this? I have said on this show time and time again, unapologetically, and my son already knows, you're my son, I can't divorce you. You're my son, but your lifestyle has to stay outside my house.
Oh, damn.
It's as simple as that. And if you love your dad like I love you, I'm not telling you what not to be, whatever. You want to be gay, you go right on ahead and do that. But keep that lifestyle, your man, your husband, whatever it is, in the car while you're coming to visit me.
Hey, Dad. I'm just going to stay a little bit because I have Jerome in the car. You won't let him in the house.
That's right. That's right. Good. Hey, well, hey, look. Hey, Jerome.
Can I at least get him a glass of water?
Sure, you can take him a glass of water.
Okay.
But look, hey, Jerome, we'll be about an hour or so.
You crazy.
You know what I mean? But what I'm saying? You're not going to force that on me because that's how I am.
I mean,
what about my rights?
I mean, I had a friend of mine who was just, oh my God, I thought when he called me, somebody died. Mm-hmm. He found out his son was gay. And it took me like 2 minutes to get the fuck what happened to him. My son is gay, I found out he's homosexual. I don't know.
It's very devastating.
He was devastated.
Yeah,
I said, listen, I'm not saying you got to accept his lifestyle, but you have to accept your son.
Yes, accept your son.
That is your son. I said, don't make this about you. Mm-hmm. I said, it's got to be hard to be a gay black man in society today. Yes. I said, so don't make this about you.
I will never shun my son, but I will shun his lifestyle.
Well, that's fair. Yeah. And so the last point I wanted to make, so I said, we should be talking about Mahershala. Let me be respectful.
Oh, my God.
Mahershala Ali.
Oh,
Okay?
I thought you were talking about Hershey Highway type stuff.
No,
Okay,
oh
sorry.
no, I don't even know what that is.
I was like, where are you going with this?
Okay, start over.
There you go.
We should be talking about Mahershala Ali. Now, Mahershala Ali is the actor who is just.
Oh, your man.
Al might be talking.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I
He's
didn't
a
hear that.
chocolate brother. He's married to, got him a sister,
Yes.
whatever.
And the brother has won 2 Oscars in the last 3 years.
Yes, although he did, when one movie was for Moonlight, it was about some homosexual stuff. But
it's
we
okay.
won't
That's
go
okay.
into that. But anyway.
That shows how good of actor he was.
I liked him in that. I saw the movie. I liked it in that. It had me queasy on some scenes, but I liked him.
And don't get me wrong. I mean, as an actor, if I had to play a gay man, I'd win an Academy Award.
I don't know if that's a good or bad.
No, that's good. That shows how good of an actor I am.
All right, now, but he didn't play a gay man.
Right, but I'm just saying, if I had to.
He also played in Roxanne, the Shantae.
Oh, Roxanne Story, right. Yeah, he was the abuser.
Yeah.
He was good. He was
Yeah,
really
so
good.
he
And
was
he's
good.
African, right?
I don't know.
He has African features,
Well, we
or
all
strong
do.
features. He
We
has
all
strong
do.
features. No, you have some white features.
Look.
No, but he has some strong,
Yeah, he does. He's very just chocolate. That's why I call him a Hershey bar. Okay.
The brother picked up another Oscar. Very, very proud of him.
Yeah, okay, but we should be talking about him. So I don't know if a lot of people noticed this, but he had on a hat that was one like Malcolm X wore.
Mm-hmm.
He is also a Muslim. So I'm like, I don't know if he's wearing that hat in homage to Malcolm X, but it's like, why are we talking about him?
Right. Why aren't we talking about your girl, Regina King?
Yeah, why aren't we talking about her? Why are we talking about Billy Porter?
Mm-hmm.
Why
are we talking about
He used
Spike
to
Lee?
wearing this, my black ass in this dress. Yeah, why are we talking about Spike Lee? Why are we not?
But talking about the other lady, black lady that won an award for costume design.
Now, you get my point.
Gotcha. I got it.
Billy has hijacked the narrative.
Yes, he did.
And that's really going to take off. Mark, what did we bet anyway? What was our bet? What did we bet?
A trip to...
We bet that comic book. Yes, we did.
No, we didn't. No,
we bet you a comic book in there, okay?
A trip to the Seychelles.
All right, now.
Okay.
You watch. You're going to start seeing more and more Billy Porter.
I don't think so.
I'm telling you.
I don't think so.
I could be wrong, but I doubt
I don't
it. I
think
know
so.
that's your line, but
Yeah.
I doubt it.
I don't think so.
I watch. Just if you don't believe
Because
me,
when you're
watch.
that over the top... Because think about it. It's just like the elections right now. They need the black vote. When you turn us off like that, especially as black men, and we get up there, it's going to be a
But
backlash.
who is they, though? I'm talking about the powers that be, the white supremacy, white
Yes,
people.
no, but for these shows that this guy would him, people, we have to come see it. We like to be entertained.
Yes,
We like to be entertained. If the numbers aren't there, he's gone.
I'm telling you, right
I've never
now.
heard of this guy. I've never heard of him.
Just watch. You're going to see Billy Porter everywhere. It's going to be Billy Porter skirts, Billy Porter beer. I mean, because it's going to be effeminate beer that it gets you men to be drinking Billy.
All right, and then you're going to see Billy arrested for pedophilia or whatever else he's
I hope
into.
not. I did read an article that he wrote a while back saying how he was sexually abused by an uncle or somebody.
Of course, everybody's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Messed him up to some degree,
Yeah,
but
so.
he was taking back his
But
power.
all I'm saying is, as a real man, I'm sick and tired of these people doing what they're doing. You don't have to throw it in everybody's face, what you're doing.
I mean, I agree. I totally agree. And so, in closing, we should be talking about the other people.
Yes.
And not that, because I don't watch the Oscars. I'm not into that. I don't give a hoot about Oscars to me, because that's looking for validation when we validate ourselves.
Exactly.
But since they did go to the Oscars and win, we should be talking about Spike Lee, who has been in the game forever.
And he won a for best screenplay.
Best screenplay.
Adaptation.
Not best director, which he probably should have for Black Klansman, and a whole host of other movies he's written. Regina King, who has been in the game forever, and is an outstanding actress.
And we went down and gave her some advice down in Hollywood that time we were down there.
We gave her some advice, but we did get to go see Regina, who is a fabulous individual.
Yes.
I've always loved her since 227.
227, yes. Beautiful eyes.
And who else? And the lady said who our first black screen
costume designer
to win an Oscar.
Oscar.
We're not talking about her. We are talking about Billy Porter and his dress.
Exactly. And then your boy Ali, who also won again.
Mahershala Bar.
But nobody has ever won 2 Oscars within a 3-year time span. Nobody's ever done that.
Right, but we're not talking about him. Exactly. We're talking about Billy Porter, who accomplished what he wanted, and that was the goal. He said he was going to steal the show everywhere he went, and he did that. And then, I almost called him the N-word. Wasn't even nominated for nothing. He's just there.
That's what I'm saying. He's just there.
Hijacking the narrative like an old bitch.
Attention whore.
Attention whore.
Yeah, so. I don't know. I don't know where we're going to go with all this stuff, but if that's how we're living, ladies, those of you that are trying to raise sons, keep doing what you're doing, because find an uncle, anybody that's positive. But hey, before we go, you guys check out Demetra K Sundays, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Facebook Live. Check her out. A lot of great topics.
All right, now see y'all Sunday.
We will be back then. We're going to go get something to eat because I'm hungry.
Yay.
All right, we'll see you guys.
Peace.